Welcome back to the channel, people. If you are just joining, thank you. If you are coming back, thank you as well. I appreciate it. I'm gonna do something a little different today. I think something that I was thinking about when I was making the latest song that I'm about to drop Friday. I thought about talking about kind of like recording at home and the equipment and gear that you can use and different techniques and tools that you can use to still get like a quality sound, for you know, if you want to get that studio quality sound. And you know, there's different ways of which, like, when you're recording you can do that, when you're mixing you can do that, and some different effects and tools that you can use to get that type of sound. The other thing I understand is, like, you know, like when I started out, I didn't have all of this gear. I built up over the years. So, you know, talking about the kind of cheaper options that you're not going to get the same quality, but you'll still be able to get enough to where it doesn't sound like you're recording off of like Apple headphones or something like that. I mean, that's kind of the goal. You just want it to sound the most quality you can for what you got. So, if anybody that's watching is kind of in that world of if you're already producing, then I'm assuming you kind of have a good idea of like the equipment and the stuff that you're going to need to use to record. If you don't, that is fine too. The mic that I'm using right now is the same mic that I use for recording vocals, which is a Shure SMB7 or SM7B. Sorry about that. But that is a hefty price tag for somebody that can't really drop that kind of cash right away, which I understand. But to go into kind of why I choose this one is because, yes, even though that is a lot more money than what, you know, most people are willing to spend when they have a low budget, it is very versatile for things when it comes to like podcasting, streaming like this, obviously recording vocals. But these microphones specifically, they have like a focus on the presence in the mid-range, and they have a good low-end runoff. So like all of that mud that is going to come from the vocals of that right there is going to be like way less money than if this was recorded off of a microphone that didn't have that kind of low-end runoff built in there. So those things. And then the other thing I like about this is it sounds so clean, and it sounds the flatness of it gives you the ability to add what you want. So like if it's already flat and you want to give it flavor, you can do that by like putting on vocal doublers, reverb, delay, give it life that way, instead of, you know, like sometimes it's great to catch room ambience, but in times like this when you're trying to record at home, you do not want to get all that room noise and the AC going on in the background and your neighbors are yelling upstairs. You don't want to get all that. So this is a good mic to facilitate that noise. When you're up close and personal to it like this, it doesn't really catch whatever's in the back. So it's a great mic for that. My dream mic, what I want to get, this is also considered a budget mic, but this one is like, you know, $1,000 more. But I got the opportunity to use this mic when I was in college in the studio they had there, and it's very professional. It's very, very nice for in studio. I will say that the pickup sensitivity of this mic, like, this is a great mic, but this one can't, like, this will pick up literally a needle dropping on the floor. Like, it is very, very, you will hear literally anything. So you want to make sure that you have like an isolated studio, like soundproofing and stuff like that for a mic like of this caliber. And you know, to start out, like, this is the mic that I use starting out, like a lot of people use. It's a very common mic. You can get this at Walmart. The Blue Yeti is also very versatile for podcasts and recording vocals and things like that. And something cool about the Blue Yeti too is that it has different pickup patterns on the back that you can switch to, which is nice if you got different things you want to record. But it's you know, efficient. Yes, you still have to drop some money, but it's still gonna sound way better than, like, you know, your gaming headset or your Apple headphones. The other thing I like about this too is that it's USB into whatever you're using. So like right now I have a Behringer interface going that's connected to this mic, because I had to make sure I got a phantom power one, because this mic in specific needs phantom power. Most dynamic condensers do, but the Blue Yeti is USB just straight from the mic straight into your laptop or your computer, so it makes it so easy to use with whatever you're recording off of. But that being said, there are going to be things that it lacks, which is going to be mostly the sound quality of it. It's definitely got a lot more self noise, which is another reason I really want this mic right here. This microphone emanates almost like just no noise from itself. Like there's no static or buzz from itself. If you are in an already noisy room and you're trying to record off of this mic, you might catch some of that buzz. And let's say, I'm not going to go too deep into the technical terms of like mics and all that, but let's say you just are trying to figure out what's going on and you don't even understand. Like this right here, you can read while I'm talking, but I'm just going to kind of give you the quick gist of it. Dynamic microphones, which is what I'm using right here, is very, like I said, versatile, and it's mainly used for a lot of things that are super loud or super in their face. So like I said, like vocals, like it's great for me as a hip-hop artist and for other people that come in to record rap, because a lot of the times rap is aggressive, so this can pick that up and not get blown. It won't blow out. You will be able to pick that up. It'll still be clear. It won't sound distorted. So it's good for things like that: drums, bass, loud guitar. Condenser microphones are a lot more sensitive, and you can definitely still make, use it for vocals, but it would definitely be tailored more. Those kind of mics would be better for somebody like Billie Eilish or like Olivia Rodrigo, like somebody that sings very softly and isn't going to blow out the microphone, because they can get hot depending on how much signal you're putting through them, and it can blow out the microphone. So you don't want to do that, but it is good for like softer things, like it says here, acoustic guitars. It's great for ambience. Like if you're just trying to record in a room and you want to get like the tone of whatever's going on, the tone of the vocals, drums, the whole band when they're performing a song, it's great for that. Obviously piano is a softer thing, so it's great for piano. But yeah, that's kind of just a quick, I'll leave this in the description and you can dive into this if you kind of are unsure about what kind of mics you want. But these are my preferences. These are just over the years of working with different mics and experimenting and working on different projects with different things. These are what I want. I will also say my mixing headphones are Audio Technicas, but they are not the 50s, they're the 40s, and these are also very affordable. And to be honest with you guys, I was lucky enough to get gifted these from a buddy in college, so I didn't have to pay anything for them. But if you do, 100 isn't that bad, especially for studio quality headphones, and you're trying to really hear the mix and you're trying to hear those little details. It's definitely able to. Let's actually just check out the frequency ranges here. So yeah, it goes up to 24 kHz, which is like, that's pretty good. There are obviously other headphones that can go higher, and this goes down to 15, and I believe that humans can't hear past 29 hertz. So you don't even, this is like, unless you're mixing for a dog, I don't know what you would need all of that low end for. So it definitely has the frequency response that you'll need. Excuse me. So yeah, it's great for that. I've had them for years. They've never failed me. They are kind of like wonky, because like they're, you gotta like flip them up and stuff just to put them on. But I like them, so once you get used to that, it's not that big of a deal. So that kind of covers that. I will real quickly also pull up my Behringer interface. I know that's not how you spell it, but still, I have this one. Yeah, I have this one. I had to look just to make sure. Yeah, so this is what I have right here. And oh wait, sorry, I lied. This is what I have right here. I was like, where's the phantom power? Yeah, so this is what I have right here. As you can see, not really that expensive. So I mean, in total, I mean, this is like 250. That's 50. These were 100. So you got about 400. And there is some plugins that will add on to that. But I mean, 400 is a chunk of money, but it could be a lot more. So you know, that's still a good, like, if you really are dedicated to it and you really can just save your money and put it towards like upgrading your equipment, it, you know, either you don't have to go off of what I have specifically, but definitely look into it and start, you know, getting a basis for like what you think you would like to use for your equipment. Now I'm gonna go into kind of like the effects and plugin side. There were free options that I was using for things like denoisers before I got clarity from Waves, but we will get into that in a second. I'm gonna pull this up first. So first and foremost, biggest problem most times recording at home is the noise, the background noise. You don't want to hear it. I understand. I will try and see if we can do this with FL. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you can kind of hear it, but then without, you still, it's actually not that bad. The noise, I'm telling you guys, this mic is just good with that room noise, bruh. So, but this is really good. That is really good to use for a free option as a denoiser, and they have things like high-end and low-end cutoffs that will cut off that noise. The other thing I will say is that high end is where a lot of your room noise is going to come from. So the next big thing you're going to want to do, which is definitely going to be free with whatever software you're using or DAW you're using, but equalizers are going to be a big game changer. So like, especially when it comes to vocals, this is what I use because this is what I've acquired to my vocals specifically. So this isn't just a general like go ahead and try and copy this type of way. This is just what I'm using. Now I have a denoiser on, so I do have my high end kind of brighter, so that way my vocals will be a little brighter. Now if you're at home though and you don't have this kind of equipment and you want to take out some of that noise, you're gonna want to come in here and you're gonna want to just lower that a little bit and try and keep as much treble as you can and cancel out as much noise as you can. But a lot of it's going to be in this section right here. So a lot of it's going to be 15 to like 20k. And this is just mine. Again, this is my preset because I tend to have a deeper voice. And as you can see, I don't have much low end. There's a lot of boom and bass in my voice, and when I'm rapping especially, there's like a lot of diction in my words, so I kind of lower this on the mid-range too, so that way it takes out some of that boom. Now what I use when I'm recording is a preset that I've just created myself over the years, and I use Clarity by Waves, which I'm not gonna lie, this plugin is it's pricey, but it is worth it because you can get a crisp and clean recording. It doesn't even have to be vocals. It's mainly used for vocals, but yeah, it really works. So like this right here, you know, obviously that's hefty, but this right here isn't bad at all. So, you know, if you can get it on sale, get it on sale. This isn't like an ad for them or anything. This is just what I use. Waves has a lot of good plugins that I use. So I use this for a lot of my vocals when I am recording live. So like when I have the red dot on and I'm actually recording, I will use this like so. Sitting here recording, Recording to the YouTube. What didn't go because it was a song. No. Oh, no, it still went there. So we got that, and let's do it without. I'm sitting here recording on the YouTube. All right, so let me put them in this other channel. I'm gonna normalize them so we can hear them a little bit better. And let's hear the difference of them. Sitting here recording to the YouTube. I'm sitting here recording on the YouTube. So, like I said again, this microphone is, it's not the highest of quality, but it's up there. So, off the top, it's not going to be crazy amount of noise, but I do hear a difference if you put some headphones on. If you don't have headphones on, you're probably not going to hear a difference at all. But if you have them on, you'll hear a slight difference in that there's more noise in this second one here. And I'll just play it again. Sitting here recording to the YouTube. And this was without. I'm sitting here recording on the YouTube. Yeah, so that one I can even hear like the AC and stuff right here. And this, you don't even hear that. There is still, obviously if you have your headphones on and you can hear that, there is still noise in there. So what we can do to really try and emphasize on not having that noise would be, let me turn this off real quick, would be to go in and put in an equalizer and just, like I said, take off some of this high end. So I'm gonna go in, keep this around 10, and just sitting here record. And obviously I'm gonna kind of like slowly keep going so that way you can hear the difference. But like I said, like really try and listen to how much noise is up in this area right here. Sitting here recording to the YouTube. You don't even start hearing noise until about 11K. Sitting here recording to the YouTube. And if I do this, sitting here recording, you can hear all that noise. So what I'll do, sitting here recording to the YouTube. Try and get a little bit of a runoff. Sitting here recording to the YouTube. And just make kind of like that. Just like that. Anyway, another tool plugin that I use, I call them, they're kind of like tools to me because that's just what I view them as. But this is not like really necessarily a denoiser, but it does add a lot of balance to your voice. And I think I've pulled it up before, but Focusrite made a fast balancer for, really you can use it for anything, but they do have a preset for vocals. So if you go through, sitting here recording to the YouTube. Sitting here recording to the YouTube. And you can have different, sitting here recording to the YouTube. You can have a different tone. This just kind of leaves it alone, but it equalizes it, and it's kind of like also a transient processor. So if you go warm will definitely give you that noise that you probably don't want. Sitting here recording to the YouTube. And but this is pretty powerful, especially when it comes to like neutral. Sitting here recording to the YouTube. Sitting here, it just really, it makes your vocals like it kind of pulls them up to the front of your ears, I guess. That's a weird way of saying it, but that's kind of like what I hear whenever I like the before and after of using it. And I actually do have my own preset for vocals too, and then I usually will just kind of add stuff to it if I feel like it. So I got a quick vocal preset that has a vocal doubler from Isotope. Fruity multiband from obviously FL, and I think, yeah, I have my own preset right here. So I'll go to default and go to vocal. So this is just what I made, again, based off of like my voice, how it's punchy. It's got a little too much mud and bass sometimes. So the low end, I really tried and pull this threshold up so that way most of that low end doesn't come through. And then my mid, I try and get it as close to not hearing any of that like oversaturation or distortion as I possibly can. So this is generally where I keep it for, you know, my vocals, but song to song, I'll adjust the threshold and the makeup gain, you know, depending on the mix. So vocal doubler, multi-band compressor, fast balancer, and an EQ on the bottom. Now I understand that probably most times you would probably be like, why is the EQ on the bottom and not on the top? That's how I do it personally, because I would rather have my vocals EQ'd after, you know, these effects. And sometimes people will put one on top and then put one after. I just do it this way. It tends to work out, especially because this also has an EQ on it. The only reason the EQ is second to clarity is because obviously I want everything to be denoised before I even start, you know, equalizing anything. And if it worked vice versa, I mean, it probably might work better. I don't know, but we can find out. Let me mute that. Sitting here making videos for YouTube. See if I got that all. Did that really not record? Duh, it didn't record because I didn't have this on. Okay. Sitting here recording for the YouTube. Perfect. Now, let me normalize this. And obviously I have to put it on a separate channel. Duh. Sitting here recording for the YouTube. That actually does sound better. And obviously as you can hear through that, you know, all of those effects right there, even though it's 4 of them, really, I mean, sitting here recording for the YouTube. That vocal doubler definitely adds tone to it, kind of adds like that echo effect and some reverb. My multi-band compressor is really controlling the amount of that mid and the amount of the craziness in there. So that multi-band compressor has been a lifesaver for me, especially with rap being in and out, up and down, yada 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 yada, and then you'll all of a sudden be like so, you know, rapping, it definitely, there's different tones. There's times where you get super loud and super quiet, and this multi-band compressor has definitely made it to where it consistently sounds level, you know, at the same levels that I want vocally. So that difference just from this sitting here recording, oh whoops, let me just put this on 3 so that way you can kind of hear. Yeah, sitting here recording to the YouTube. So that's pretty much like how I sound in the video, you know, like nothing, no effects, no nothing. And then we got this. Sitting here recording for the YouTube. I mean, world of a difference, especially with like, especially, you know, saying like, talking about quality and not having that much of a budget. I believe this is free from iZotope. This is free because I'm using it in demo mode, so I will definitely put that in the description. The only thing that's not is clarity, but obviously you know, like you saw, it was on sale, so if you get it soon, you can snatch it on sale, and it's definitely worth the price, and it's definitely worth, you know, the investment, because you'll have it for, you know, you download it, you have it forever. So it's definitely worth the investment. The last thing that I just kind of got it, but I just added it to my arsenal, is Silk from Waves 2. This is another vocal plugin. It's mainly it's got a lot to do with equalizing, as you can see, and it's got a dynamic compressor over here. But it really, like, I like it a lot. So sitting here recording for the YouTube. That sounds clean. And there's a lot of different effects that you can see here that are just, I mean, save my lead. They even have male silky vocal star. They have like a Tory Lanez effect, old school rap ad lib, rap lead. So I mean, there's so much already that you can use. And I got this on sale too, I believe. So they have like a buy two get one sale for their plugin. So, you know, this was one of them, and I was like, I'm definitely gonna get that. So this is super worth it. Even if I just, like, let's say I just go to that, sitting here recording for the YouTube. I mean, clean, super clean. I kind of want to see what this 80s. Sitting here recording for the YouTube. I see what it's saying. I think it's 87. Sitting here recording for the YouTube. Yeah, it's just a super useful plugin. So that I just recently added to my arsenal, and it was used on the song that is about to drop Friday, which I will, hopefully I'm pointing to it at the right direction, but I'll put it right there. That link will also be in the description. There's going to be a music video with that as well, so that's super dope. But yeah, like what you see in that video with when I do the song, like that's what you get. It's just a mic in a corner. You know, there's no soundproofing. It is what it is. Like, and you know, I have nice enough equipment, but obviously I don't have like an isolation booth. I don't have I don't even have like an isolation shield. I could get that, but I just when I start making my studio, when we move out in the summer, I will definitely have things like isolation booths and soundproofing everywhere. But right now, just like how it's set up in the living room of my apartment, like it's just not even worth it. And why would I, if I could still get the same? It's not going to make much of a difference if only a corner of the room is soundproofed off and I can get the same amount of quality from just leaving it. So, you know, as you can see, like, not too much money involved, but a little bit can get you a long way. And even if you don't have that much money, like even 100 or 200 will get you what you need, get you started. And you know, you never know where it can take you. So like, even though this is where I'm at, you know, and it's not like a studio or anything like that yet, there is one in the making. I'm creating it right now. There's going to be a website in the summer or fall when it gets officially opened up, that you can like book recording sessions through and production sessions through. So, you know, it just started in my room in my mom's basement, and then it got all the way to here, and now I've actually been able to be paid for things like projects and beats and recording sessions and people coming over and having me mix and master their stuff, and those, you know, those things wouldn't have happened for me without having quality to show them and say, hey, like, I know that you just started in this, you probably don't know too much about what you should do or what to look for, like how to do it, but you know, and I'm not, you know, it's the living room of my apartment. I'm not charging people like $500 for stuff, you know what I mean? I keep it reasonable, but still make sure that I get what I'm worth and that they get what they want, because at the end of the day, you want, you know, if you're doing it for yourself or you're doing it for someone else, you want it to sound quality and you want them to be satisfied with it. So, I mean, so far, everybody that I've done stuff with, they've been completely satisfied, and they love the way that I have mixed and mastered their stuff. They love the beats that I've made for them. They love the way their vocals come out. So, you know, it tells me I'm doing something right. And you're seeing literally how I'm doing it. You're seeing how the sausage is made. So, not too complicated of a setup, but it does there are steps, you know, like you want to definitely have a denoiser. You definitely want to have your stuff equalized on that recording track before you just start recording on that track, or wherever you have your main vocals. You know, you definitely want to have a good amount of, you definitely want to have some compressors. You know, a transient processor is always great, so that's why I use fast balancer. Something that makes your vocals more lush, like a vocal doubler, is always useful. Equalizers are, I mean, they're almost in every single track as it is, so you're gonna need that. And obviously there's things like I do that I'll bust out my track and sidechain it to this, and I'll start adding reverb and delay and distortion and whatever I think would sound, you know, dope for the vocals of that song per that song. So sometimes it's just this, sometimes it's just this effect, you know, this effect chain, and that's it. And sometimes then I go into here and I'm like, all right, let's see what we can get. Some Vox in there, let's throw some modulation, you know, some reverb. So you really make it your canvas and do what you want with it, and have a good time doing it. So that's my process. That's my you know, that's my tips and advice for recording at home and trying to still get that quality studio sound. So look for all the links for all that stuff that I mentioned in the description. If you are interested in listening to my next single, it's going to be called Where the Breeze At. It is going to be dropping this Friday, and there will be a music video out. It'll be out on all platforms for you to check out. So if you want to check that out, that'd be awesome. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thank you again.